أنا أمل. In this video, we examine the stable marriage algorithm, a variant of bipartite matching. First, think of a group of n men and n women. Every man has a list of ladies they would like to marry in the order they prefer, with no ties permitted. That means only one man can marry only one woman, and only one woman can marry only one man. Each woman, likewise, has a list of guys they prefer, again without ties. These figures provide examples of these two sets of lists. This is the man's preference, and this is the woman's preference. The male and female members of the two groups are represented, respectively, by the rows and columns of the matrix. The first ranking is the position of women in the men's preference list, and the second ranking is the position of men in the women's preference list. These rankings are contained in a cell in row men and column women. In the matrix, in this figure, the pair 3 and 1, this pair, in Jim's row and Anne's column, denotes that Jim is Anne's first choice, while Anne is Jim's third choice. The ranking matrix, for instance, makes it simpler to establish a match between the members of the sets. Although the preference list may be a more effective data structure for constructing a matching algorithm. A marriage matching, denoted by capital M, is a set of men and women pairs. There is a term called blocking pair. Blocking pair means, or blocking pair for a marriage matching, if man and woman are not matched in set M, but they prefer each other to their mates in the set. For example, Bob and Leah is a blocking pair for the marriage matching Bob and Anne, Jim and Leah, and Tom and Sue, because they are not matched in the set M, while Bob prefers Leah to Anne and Leah prefers Bob to Jim. A marriage matching is called stable if there is no blocking pair. Otherwise, M is called unstable. According to this definition, the marriage matching in this figure is unstable because Bob and Leah can drop their mates to join in a union they both prefer. The stable marriage problem is to find a stable marriage matching for men's and women's given their preferences. Now we will go to the algorithm. Firstly, it's easier to imagine the situation in two phases. The first phase is men proposing to women. The second phase is the response of women. So let's begin. Step 1. Start with all women and men being free. Step 2. Let the first man propose to the woman he prefers. If the woman is free, then she accepts him, whether he is her first choice or last. In other words, she has no option but to accept him. If the woman isn't free, she compares the new man with the current partner, and if she prefers him, then she sets her current partner free, otherwise she rejects the man. Step 3. Return the set of the unmatched pairs. Now let's have an example of it. First we have Bob. His first choice of preference is Leah. Bob is Leah's second preference, but regardless she will accept him because she has no other choice, aka no other man to compare Bob to. Second man is Jim. Jim's first preference is Leah, so he proposes to her. Jim is Leah's third preference, so she starts comparing him with her second preference, Bob, and eventually she rejects him because she prefers Bob over him. Luckily, that's not the end for Jim, because he can move on and propose to his second preference, Sue, who is a free woman, and to Sue, he is her first preference. So they are perfectly matched. And just like that, we got our second pair. Moving on to our last man, Tom. He prefers Sue, so he proposes to her. To Sue, she already found her man, Jim, so she rejects Tom. Thus he proposes to his second preference, Leah. To Leah, Tom is her first preference, so she will set Bob free and settle down with Tom. Thus, Bob is once again a free man. So we will go in another loop, and he proposes to his second favorite, Anne. Sadly, Anne has no other choice but to accept him, even though he is her last choice, because she is free and has no better option. Finally, we got our pairing sets, so we will return the sets, and that is Bob and Anne, Jim and Sue, Tom and Leah. Now let's go to the stable marriage problem analysis. The stable marriage algorithm terminates after no more than n to the power of 2 iterations, with a stable marriage output. The algorithm starts with n men having the total of n to the power of 2 women on their ranking list. On each iteration, one man makes a proposal to a woman. This reduces the total number of women to whom the men can still propose in the future, because no man proposes to the same woman more than once. Just like زي ما قلنا قبل الرجال بس يقدر ياخذ واحدة مرأة والمرأة بس تقدر تاخذ واحد رجال. Hence, the algorithm must stop after no more than n to the power of 2 iterations. Stable marriage problem limitation. The stable marriage algorithm is not gender neutral. In the form presented above, it favors men's preferences over women's preferences. We can easily see it by tracing the algorithm on the following instance of the problem. Here we have man 1 proposes to woman 1 and she agrees. Man 2 proposes to woman number 2 and she agrees. In this matching, men are matched to their first choices, which are accepted, but it's not the case for the woman. One can prove that the algorithm always yields a stable matching that is man optimal. It assigns to each man the highest ranked woman possible under any stable marriage. Of course, this gender bias can be reversed but not eliminated. Stable marriage problem applications. Stable marriage algorithm has application in the design of centralized two-sided markets. Overall, we can find the application of stable marriage algorithm in a variety of situations, perhaps the best known of these being in the assignment of graduating medical student to their first hospital appointment. وبكذا خلصنا شرح stable marriage problem algorithm. بدأنا بتعريف عنها وكمان أخذنا حاجة اسمها the blocking pair وأخذنا متى تكون الماتريكس stable ومتى تكون unstable وبعدين أخذنا الالجوريثم وشرحناها وبعدين أخذنا example عليها وبعدين عرفنا كيف نطلع السيت الستيبل سيت وبعدين عرفنا الاناليسيس وإنه stable marriage problem only has n to the power 2 طيب وبعدين أخذنا الابليكيشنز لهذه الالجوريثم شكرا